We are continuing working with Google AdSense. So again, the website is google.com/AdSense. And we are logged in with our Google account. So under our Gmail account, we're all set and logged in right here. And we're going to focus next on the ads. And so I'm going to click under ads. And just taking a look at our choices, we can set up ads per site or by ad unit. And so for by site, it gives you a choice to let Google place the ads for you. And so we just add one piece of code in our site and Google will automatically show ads in all of the best places. So Google will take care of that for us. The second option is by ad unit, where you get to control where you're going to be putting in the ads. So we could decide if we want a display ad, an in-feed ad, or an in-article ad. So those are the different choices. Let's start out with by site. And so we're just going to do this one where Google's going to place the ads for us. And what we need to do is just get a special code. So I'm going to push the button that says get code. Okay. And we're going to copy and paste the AdSense code. So this is our AdSense code. This is an HTML script here. And we need to place that in between the head tags of our site. Okay. So let me go ahead and just push the copy button to copy that code information. So all that's copied onto my clipboard and it's going to hang on to it for a moment. And then you're going to want to log into your website. So I'm logged in here under my website through my Bluehost account. They're my domain provider here. And so you'll need to go to yours. And then once you're set up there, we're going to go to the appearance category. And then under the appearance main heading, then you're going to go down to the bottom of the list and look for your theme editor. Okay, so I'm going to go under theme editor. Give it a moment to refresh here. There it goes. All right, so we're under there. And now looking at the different kinds of theme files that we have on the right, we're looking for one that's talking about a header. And just looking at my list, I don't see a file about a header. I have a style.css file. I have a functions.php file, single, and then I have different categories, but nothing that's talking about a head or a header. And the reason is, if I look at the top of my list, it says this is a child theme and it's inheriting the templates from the parent theme of the Blogist. And that's actually where my header file is hidden. And so I'm going to go under the Blogist. Okay, so I'm under the Blogist theme. And now I'm looking at all the different files, and we have many more here. And you'll see there is one talking about the header, and that's the one we're looking for. So header.php. I'm going to click on that one. And then over on the left-hand side, we have all of this special coding that happens about the header. And so just coming back to Google again, we're looking for a code that says head, and then that's a starter code, and then the ending code is /head. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those two tags. And what I like to do is just Control F on my keyboard, Control F for find, type in the word head. I'll just press enter. And then it looks like it found 14 of the word head, and I can see them all here in yellow. So just kind of browsing through, there's the original head, there's the ending head. So these two come as a set. And then in between there is where I want to paste in my special code. And so I'm just going to go ahead under here and get that pasted in. To paste, I usually just do Control V to paste. Otherwise, you could try on your with your mouse to do a right click. That brings up the shortcut menu where you're going to paste it. And then you could do paste over there. So that would be another way. Now you don't really need it in there 3 different times. I had one in here already done. But that's how you would get it done. I'm just going to remove that. So the location of where I like to put in and paste in my codes, I like to put it in right before the closing one. So I know that was something recent that I did. So the /head would be the ending code of this set of head and then /head. So I would do the pasting right in there. Once you get that in, make sure it gets saved. So I'm just going to push this update file button here and it's going to get saved. Make sure it really goes. Okay, it looks like we're good. Edited successfully. Yay. All right, so that part is done. Now, you'll want to wait an hour or so before the ads start coming in. All right, so we're done there. Let's take a look at the ad unit next by ad unit. So I'm going to click there. And again, we have the 3 different types. Let's go with this recommended one to start with. So I want to do a display ad. Okay, and then in here, what we need to do is name in our ad unit. We want to go ahead and give it a name because we'll have different varieties. And it gives us a couple examples of what it could look like. It could be a text ad. It could be a text ad with a graphic. And then we have different sizes. You can decide on a square size. You could decide on a horizontal size. Again, we get text only or some graphics. We could do vertical. We could do text or one with graphics. The nice thing about using the vertical type of ads is it'll end up giving you more time on your website. So that's actually a good thing when you're talking about getting into your ads. And then the other thing we want to look at is the ad size. We have a responsive one, and then we have a fixed size. So what responsive means is that it is going to be the correct size on whatever gadget it is that your visitors are using. So if they're using their cell phone or their computer or laptop or iPad, whatever object it is that they're using to view your information, it'll be responsive to that size and it'll kind of adjust. So that is a good choice to put on. If you really insist on having a particular fixed size, then you can definitely do that and come up with the sizing that is going to work for you. So I think for this one, I'm going to go ahead and make it responsive, and I'm going to make a vertical ad just so I have more space in there. And I do need to name that. So I'm just going to go ahead and name this ad for side. Let's call it the right side. Okay, so ad for my right side. So I'm going to do that. And because I have different websites, I'm going to say this one's for my the computer help button one, just because I have 2 different ones. So I've got a good name in there. Looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and create that. Okay. And then I get the special coding. And so we want to copy and paste in this ad code between 2 codes, 2 tags, body and then the end body. So that's the start of the code, that's the end of the code. And so we want all of this information to be copied onto our clipboard that we can paste it. And so we want to paste it exactly where we want the ad to appear. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's copy the code. Okay, so now it's on my clipboard, it's hanging onto it. I need to go back to my website. And again, I'm logged in under my Bluehost account already. This is my website. This is under the WordPress.org. And what I'm going to look for here is my widgets. And so that would go under the appearance category again. So if I were at the top of the list here, there's appearance. And I'm going to do a widget this time. So I'm going to go under widgets. Okay, and coming through the list here, you can choose which widget you're going to be pasting the code in. Now, in the old versions of WordPress, it used to be you could get text and HTML under the same option. It looks like now we have it separated. So that's the text. Now we're going to look for HTML. There we go, custom HTML. So this is the code. This is where we're going to be pasting in the code. Okay, and I wanted this over in the right-hand side over on my sidebar. So let me go ahead and take this special code and I'm going to drag it. I'll just put it at the top of the list so we can see how that'll look. So we've dragged it up there and now I can put in my code. So I'm just going to paste it here. Again, Control V on my keyboard is a great shortcut. Otherwise, you could use your right click on your mouse and then you've got your paste option there. And then if you ever forget that shortcut key too, you know, it's listed right there. So I'm going to do Control V to get that all pasted in. And then all of the extra text is in there. There's the beginning code of script. There's the ending code of /script. So that's everything that we need there. I'm going to save that. Okay, I'm done here. All right, so there's the custom HTML. That's where my ad is going to go. That's where I place it. Now you can place it wherever you want. You can drag it and drop it and move it wherever you want. So for now, I'm just going to keep it at the top. What you can do is I'm just going to click on my blog name here, the computer help button. And when I come over here, oh, there it is. So this is where the ad's going to go. Now it looks like it's not all the way in quite yet. And that is just because of, it just takes a moment for everything to kind of refresh. So we'll check back. Usually an hour is pretty good. So it looks like, you know, I could put it right there if I wanted to. I don't want to just say, oh, add right then and there. So I think what I'm going to do is move it down under my Meet Instructor section. So we would go back to editing, and I could go straight to the widgets if I caught it fast enough, but I guess I already clicked on it. But we can get there. Appearance and widgets. Okay, and again, in this sidebar, there's our HTML code that we just pasted in, and I'm just going to drag it under the text of Meet Your Instructor there. And let's go back over here. Okay, so there's my picture, my text of Meet Your Instructor, and then this is where the ad will go in a little bit, and again, it just takes a moment for that to come in. All right, so let's switch back over here and back over to Google AdSense. Okay, so I think we are good on this page. All right, let's try another one. Let's try out an in-feed ad. Okay, so I'm going to click here. And it does say that this is more attractive for your users. In-feed ads slots neatly in-feed ads slot neatly inside a list of articles or products in your site. Visitors still know that they're ads, but they look natural on the page. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there. Okay, so it just kind of gets tucked right in there. All right, more placement options for you. With in-feed, you get an extra place to show ads, potentially increasing your revenue, and they work great on mobile. So let's get started. Okay, how would you like to create your in-feed ad? So let Google suggest a style. That's probably a good idea. So I'm going to type in my URL. So put my website name in there. That's what they're talking about for URLs there. Alrighty, so it looks like that's not going to be an option for me right now. Let's see, we couldn't find any feeds on your page. Alright, I guess we can't do that yet. All right, I guess I'm not going to do that option. Let's close that one. Let's do an in-article ad. And I'll put it in between the paragraphs. Sure. There's a paragraph. There's the ad. Here's the next paragraph. So it's showing us here what we have. Okay, we're going to need to name this ad. Ad number 2. This is going to be an in-article. In-article ad. All right, we'll keep that turned on. You can pick out what kind of fonts and stuff you want for it. The title, color, descriptions, backgrounds, optimize. I think I would just leave all the defaults, although, you know, it's fun to do some color. You know, I think I'm going to go with that contrasting color here. Go with that one. All right, I'm going to get the code. All right, and there it is. So we're going to copy and paste that where we want that to go. All right, so let's just take a look. Tips on placement. We place the ad inside any of your pages that have text. We suggest 2 paragraphs below the start of the article. However, don't place the ad in the sidebar, as this can negatively affect the performance. Important, if you like to place more than one ad, make sure you allow for sufficient content in between ads to minimize disruption to your readers. All right, place the ad code on articles that you want ads to appear in between the HTML of your content. It can take half an hour for the content ad to appear on the page. At first, the ad might show as a normal display ad, but it'll soon be replaced by a native ad. All right, let's just do what we did before. We're going to copy the code, copy and paste this code on your site. All right, so we've got that copied. Let's come over here and we'll pick on a post. I'll just pick one that I just recently did here. Okay, and then I can decide where I want to go. So let's go back to our visual editor. All right, so I think I'm going to stick an ad right in here. And so I want an HTML code, and just Control V to paste that. Let's preview that, see what that's going to look like. Again, it'll take a while. So let's just update that. Okay, saving. All right, I think we're good. Let's check it out. Go to my blog post. All right, and that's where the ad is going to go. So that's what it's going to, the size that it's going to look like right there. All right, looks good to me. I am done. All right, so I guess the only one I need to figure out is this in-feeds ad. Let's learn more.